All right, y'all. This is a Santa Cruz Tallboy. It feels like it weighs 25 to 27 pounds. It's got an interesting dropper seat post on it. We've got the Florida Gators color on this bike, which I think is really nice. A 120, 130 millimeter fork on the front, like a 120, 130 millimeter fork on the back. It's really not that heavy. It's really not that heavy at all. All right, so we got some Maxxis, 2.4 tires, a 1x12 with SRAM NX. Like a SRAM Eagle would be even better, but it gets the job done. As we go to the bars, they're pretty long for a trail bike. You know, I like cross-country bikes, but I can ride anything at the end of the day. If you're a brand watching this, hit me up. I'll review one of your bikes. SRAM guide brakes, they're pretty strong. They don't really have a lot of modulation like Shimano XTs. So I'm riding clips instead of flats. We are pro out here. The dropper post is very, very stiff. I mean, you gotta put a lot of pressure down on it to get it to go down. Not a lot of bikes are like that, but the Santa Cruz Blur goes down pretty easily. This is a Fox float. They've been in the game for a long time. It gets the job done. It's currently raining right now as we speak. We're putting in that work. Front fork on this bike, it's a RockShox Pike. I like it, but I don't really like it because it's super stiff. I'm riding a trail bike, I want it to be plush. The Santa Cruz Blur is way more plush, takes way more bumps, but this bike is very stiff. Maybe I gotta change the settings on it. The front hub, I'm pretty sure the 15 by 110 millimeter. I'm riding it in a large frame, ghetto bottle holder on here, gets the job done. I haven't had this thing fly out. Pivot link, it's a weird pivot link, but it works. Let's go on the trail and get some clips in and I'll review some other stuff. Sadly, we just got rained out at the John Brown pit with it. It's raining so hard, I don't even think y'all can see the drops. It's raining so bad. So we gotta wait for this to stop raining. I may or may not ride on the vortex. I can't do any wooden jumps now. I'll do some crazy obstacles so we can see with these 2.4 tires if they are really that good or not. Let's just get to it. See y'all later. So we just found this long vine. Like what is holding up his entire weight? Oh, this is here. I don't even know how it's still holding on to this thing up here. How you doing? So the first thing we're gonna be testing is climbing. I'm an XC boy, but we gotta put this bike to the test. This hill is super steep, and this bike is like holding me back, big time. The shock is fully open and the bike is not locked out. Going up it with ease though, by like 200 watts, BPM like a UCI World Cup leader. Man, oh man, oh man. We crushing it though. Let's pan it back to Gion. Come on, sprint that boy, sprint it. What a sprint. What type of sprint was that? With the suspension fully open, the bike was only slowing me down because of the weight. It wasn't even flexing that much. As you can see, because of the gradient percentage, I can still do a wheelie. On the scale from a 1 to a 10, I'm gonna rate the climbing on this bike an 8 out of 10. And I'm only saying that because the bike weighs about 27 pounds. Remember, this is a trail bike, not a cross-country bike, and that's just what I'm used to. The next test we have for this bike is pump action jumping. Because what is a bike that doesn't like to get some air? And especially at that, a mountain bike. I do want to say the bike bottomed out on me not more than one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. In the clip you seen, I wasn't even hitting these big jumps to my right side. The shock is set up to 150 to 160 pounds. I weigh between that amount. I'm just guessing that the rebound settings were not set up properly, so I don't want to cause any damage to me or the bike. So I do want to apologize for the lacking of these clips for jumping. I want to give the bike a rating 8 out of 10. Now for the final finale, y'all want to see what the skinny cross country boy does on the downhills. Go up this step up. Go up this step up. One-handed step up. Yes, sir. I'm too fast for you. So what do you think about this bike? Do you even like the color?
Yes, I do like the orange color. How it's all like in the sun.
Orange is not really my favorite color because Gators suck, you know, FAMU Nation, but
I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's kind of decent. Maybe if it wasn't so hot today, we could get more clips, I don't know. Please ride safely and be courteous. One hand in, back at it again. I am not going to the trailhead. Nope, heads up. Oh. protested. Let's see, Spider Kingdom, Blue Highway. We're on Blue Highway right now as we speak. Let's try something difficult. Like, we could try John Brown, Canopy, Dr. Ruth, or Sinkhole. You want to try Sinkhole?
Let's try it.
He said he wants to try it. He doesn't know what he's in for. Gonna get cooked. I almost got cooked by a log. So if you're a cross-country king, do not get this bike. I mean, unless you want to have some fun. Because, I mean, I like big bikes. I like small bikes. I like them all. This bike's a little bit too much for me. It's good for jumps, but up hills, not so much. The suspension just doesn't flex that much. You know, it's pretty good, but can't really sprint, can't really do anything. But I'm not saying that's anything bad. I'm saying, for my personal preference, like the Blur is probably way better. You know, it's pretty much just a different suspension setup. And we have made it back to our destination before we got rained out. I'm gonna try to jump this gap. Oh my. We're gonna try not to die, but you know, YOLO. Bro, why am I being not that hard? Sway. Sorry for the lack of downhill clips. This Santa Cruz Tallboy wanted to act like a misfit. But as you can already see, this bike is so much fun downhill, not as much fun uphill. Not as good for sprinting, but hey, if you're a weekend warrior, it's pretty good for winning. So as far from my downhill rating, I want to rate this bike a 10 out of 10 because it feels way better than my hardtail will ever feel. If you made it this far through the video, I want to thank you for your time and patience because I have ADHD and I have so many shenanigans going left, right, up, down, all over the place. Maybe that's why my riding style is just so crazy. Who knows? Sway Sierra here and I'll see y'all in the next video.